Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first class of this course about hope and resilience. How are you doing? It's a long time since the last time we meet here for the classes online, and a lot of things have happened since then. I hope you had a very good opportunity and capacity to apply everything that you have learned and make more progress and growing in your life. So, if you are new to this Renshui and to my classes, I invite you to watch my first videos on YouTube, mainly the ones about trust and the one about hiding and avoiding, because they contain some basic concepts that I will not repeat, but they are important for you to understand many things that I will say. Also, I want to tell you that I have my own limitations in English, so it's normal that sometimes you feel a little bit strange with the words that I mention or my grammar in English or my accent. But I invite you to connect with your heart and connect your heart with my own heart, and with that be able to have receive the meaning of what I want you to understand without the need for using words or what I want you to transmit. Also, this although is a roughly 20 hours course, it will be not enough to talk everything about hope and resilience. So everything that I will teach will be just some pointers that can help you to further gain your own understanding. And in Renshui, we also always mention that true understanding comes from application. So everything that I will transmit to you, I invite you to apply in your real life so that you can explore and gain some realization and wisdom about it. So wonderful to have you here and to be together again. I was missing you already. So before we start the class, we're gonna build the G field together and unify our hearts. If you don't know how to do it, you just need to follow my instructions with your eyes closed and do the best to unify and follow those instructions. Okay, adjust yourself to a good position with your spine straight, your body centered. Look straight forward and slowly bring your awareness inward. Close your eyes and relax. If you feel any tension, any discomfort, just send the information to relax and to let go. Relax the head and face. Relax the neck, the shoulders, arms and hands. Relax the chest and upper back. Relax the abdomen and lower back. Relax the hips, legs, and feet. Relax all the body from the top of the head to the toes, from inside out. Relax your heart, relax your mind. Feel all the structures of your being completely relaxed. And in this deep state of relaxation, your awareness becomes alive. Awareness inside of the body. Feel the emptiness and spaciousness within. With your awareness, go deep inside the body, deep inside the cells, atoms, and subatomic particles. You go so deep, so small, that there is no space for more. And contemplate all the peace and quietness there. The void has no boundaries, no limitations. And through the void, expand your awareness out in all directions, becoming one with the universe. We expand and dissolve ourselves in the void of the universe. And we become so big that there is no space for more. And contemplate all the peace and quietness there. And bring the awareness back to the body, calm and peaceful. Connect with your heart and open your heart to all the universe with reverence, true respect, and humility. And let the bright universe nourish your heart with compassion and love. Feel relaxed, free, and joyful. Chi is flowing harmoniously and smoothly. Go deep into your heart and feel your pure heart. And connect your heart with my own heart. And also with Yonsei, Melissa, and everyone in this chi field. Let's connect and unify our hearts. And always remember the strength of our hearts unified is exponential. So together we're gonna connect and, and manifest the five essential heart qualities. We start to connect and manifest the state of unconditional trust. And give trust to everyone. Receive trust from everyone. Dissolve yourself into trust and be trust. Now connect and manifest the state of unconditional openness and give openness to everyone. Receive openness from everyone. Dissolve yourself into openness and be openness. Now connect and manifest the state of unconditional love. And give love to everyone. Receive love from everyone. Dissolve yourself into love. You are love. Now connect and manifest the state of unconditional gratitude. and give gratitude to everyone. Receive gratitude from everyone. Dissolve yourself into gratitude and be gratitude. Now connect and manifest the state of unconditional Gonjing, or true respect and humility. And give Gonjing to everyone. Receive Gonjing from everyone. Dissolve yourself into Gonjing and be Gonjing. Feel the wonderful heart qualities in your heart, your pure heart. And in this state of purity, open up and connect with your true self. Surrender to your true self and invite it to manifest in your heart. Give it unconditional freedom to manifest all its awareness, true understanding, realization, wisdom, all its bright light, clarity, and power. Surrender to your true self. Your consciousness, heart, and true self are now unified, and in this state of unification, open once more to the universe and surrender unconditionally to the universe. Surrender your consciousness, surrender your heart, surrender your true self, so that in each pattern and thought, in each feeling and emotion, in each awareness, through understanding, realization, and wisdom, we become one with the infinite love and wisdom of the universe. Following the laws of the universe to help us to accomplish the mission of Zidu, the rain. Uplift yourself and help the others. We are now ready to learn together and grow together. Slowly, we can start to come back and gently open your eyes. Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful heart connection and for building this chi field together. So, now we're gonna start a journey in the two special themes, hope and resilience. And they are qualities that we need a lot in our lives, a lot right now. We know that the world is going through some changes and some challenges that affects everyone. They create a very powerful chi field, and even people that are not directly involved in this kind of events, they still receive influence from these events. And we have reached a moment that some things very likely will not go back like they used to be. It has been a process of changing that has been accentuated in the last 20 years. But at this stage, the manifestations of these changes are quite intense. And many people feel the despair in this moment. Not just the despair, but the lack of hope, the lack of knowing what to do, or the lack of direction. We know that society is made of individuals, and we cannot be responsible for all the individuals, but we can be responsible for ourselves. And the first step in this moment is to bring awareness. Awareness how where we are and how we have been affected, how our thoughts have been changing, uh, how positive we are or how negative we are, how worried we are, how fear we have, how confused we are, how weak we feel, or how lack of motivation we have. All these things do affect us, and it's very likely that there are also a lot of uh, in your life you are experiencing some sort of misunderstandings or fake information, sometimes intentionally, sometimes without intention, but it's very likely that this is happening because it's part of many things that are happening in the world. So it is a period of a lot of challenges that we are going through. It's quite amazing because humanity has never been so resourceful in terms of science and resources, physical and mental resources, technological resources. We have a huge amount of tools for everyone to be having a very good life, but we are not really manifesting that. And that has to do with our own ignorance. The ignorance of be responsible for our own lives, and to the ignorance of the patterns that we have been talking in the last few years with my classes, and Yuan Se all his life, or all the Renshue system from the beginning, since he started to teach that. So this lack of awareness for our own life creates an unconscious movement of desires and ignorance that first happens inside of us, but because our technology is so advanced, is having a big expression externally at this moment. And the stage that we are living, the world is so connected. It's not that a small event between two countries will not affect the rest of the world, because it affects a lot. It's difficult to deny the connection that we all have as humanity, and how some actions affect the rest of the world, of some individuals can affect the rest of the world. But in all this structure, it's also it's a very good opportunity for growth. And that happened because of the laws of the universe. It's so there are different movements of the universe, like the yin and yang movements, and when one thing is going, one energy is going in one direction, the universe creates the opposite, an energy in the opposite direction to balance both. So it means that in these moments of despair and these moments of difficulties and challenges that are going through, there is a subtle energy that is pushing people in the other direction too. In fact, it could be one of the greatest opportunities that we might have in our life. It's a matter of choosing. Choosing go with the flow in the unconscious way in your life, being a victim of the global chi field without doing nothing, or take the initiative to be in charge of your life and free yourself from that. If you're gonna choose this initiative to uplift yourself, probably will be more supported than ever, and the chance will be higher than ever, because it's how the universe works, and this polarization of different energies is just natural. The universe brings things to a balance, to harmony. So in moments of darkness is also when the light becomes brighter. And in this process, the tools or the qualities of hope and resilience will be essential. They are quite magic, to be honest. They are amazing qualities in life. Hope it's something that once is established in a very solid way, it cannot be removed. The vibration, the resonance that hope creates is fantastic and is contagious. The word hope in Portuguese is esperança, and it comes from a Latin word, so is a very similar word to all the Latin languages, to Spanish, French, Italian, Romanian, and it comes from the Latin word spes, that means trust in something good, in something uplift, something better, something positive, which is quite fascinating that the Romans had that word. Maybe the other languages they do have them, but I'm more I have more knowledge about the Latin languages than any other language. Trust in something positive, in something good, in something uplift. And that could be the rule of your life when hope is established. You can see from a Renshaw perspective what that creates. First, you need to have trust. And if you know already about Renshaw, you know that trust is a very powerful heart quality and is the quality that opens the spiritual heart, what we call Xin or Xinling in the French or in Chinese. Trust in something positive, uplift. What kind of vibration you transmit to the world if you live in constant in that state? What type of connections you do with life? Could someone with hope be destroyed or be absorbed by unhealthy patterns? Will not. And a lot of people have difficulties in life. But when hope is present, we start the process of initiate change. But is a change against all the odds. Is a change against all the no's, against all the impossibles. And even when everything gets destroyed, hope will bring back the creation. Hope can give us this infinite strength to fight all the difficulties, to face any pain, any sickness, any sufferings, any ignorance. It is because of hope that some people that bring benefits for the humanity. It's because of hope that they keep going together, together with the resilience. It's because of hope that people plant trees uh, for the next generations. They plant seeds in life that they might never see the fruit of those seeds. It is a quite amazing force and very, very, very powerful. And we can say that is because of hope that the universe gives us difficult challenges. Because deep down, the universe knows that we will overcome those challenges and get stronger and wiser. How many opportunities we have to learn in our life? How many opportunities we have to grow? They are almost infinite. To be honest, at every moment, we have a very clear opportunity for self realization. And how many moments we have failed to have self realization? A lot of them, of course. But did the universe has lost the hope? Did the ones that really want to teach you about self realization have lost the hope? The ones that have done it already? They don't. You all, or at least most of you, know my story. And you know that when I went to Renshui, I started to learn Renshui because of a lower back injury that I had. A very serious one, where the risks of stay in the wheelchair for the rest of my life, they were quite high. And I tried all I could, all that I could reach to help in that process. And although all those therapies helped me in a certain level, overall my condition was getting worse and worse and worse over time. But I did not lose the hope. And that hope kept me to search, going through all the pain, all the suffering, all the loneliness, although I had people that loved me around me, but when we go through these difficult challenges, our mind becomes feels lonely. So it was difficult, but through hope, I did found the Renshui, and they know it was not immediate healing. I need to practice those exercises, the Qigong, and go to the retreats. And it's quite fascinating because we know that Qigong is not one of the main things in our culture. It could look like a little bit like a magic because the Qi is not a thing that most of people can see or feel or understand. Yet we were doing some movements connecting with that invisible force to heal matter, to heal a part of my spine. And I did trust in the positive, and that was hope. I did trust if I practice very hard and if I apply the teachings, I will be able to heal. And then, of course, through the process of resilience uh, and continuity, after all the hardness and learning that went in that process, I was able to heal. But that didn't finish there. Uh, One of the moments that my healing became deeper was when I started to understand a little bit more about the Renshui and understand that that was a system to help to heal a human life, not just on the physical level, but also on the heart, on the consciousness, on the totality of their lives. And because I was touched with the results, not just mine results, but from other people, I hoped that Renshui could, I could use Renshui to help a lot of people. And Renshui could reach a lot of people so that they could receive the same benefits like I had. And when I had that realization or that feeling, the hope of people, of humanity to heal, my vibration, my resonance became even more positive, even more uplift. And that was the main click on my healing. Was much more effective than when I was just trying to heal myself. Isn't that quite magic? What is this trust in something positive. What does it mean? What, from the Ranchware perspective, what is positive or what is healthy is something that help ourselves and help the others, so everyone gets benefit. Is not something that is selfish at all. Is not a thing of desires. Yeah, we might have hope that our desires become true, that I have the perfect partner, the perfect family, the perfect job, the perfect status, the perfect looks. Those are desires and they are quite selfish because they are all about myself. The desires carry an attachment, and attachments are not the most uplifting thing in life. In fact, are one of the causes of suffering. And they are a sign of our own ignorance and our conflict with the laws of the universe. Because we know that there is a law of change, and if everything changes, it means that everything that we are attached sooner or later will change and we will lose it. And hope is not that. Hope is something that transcends our individual ego. Hope it's something that is quite selfless. True hope. I know that in some languages, and I watch uh, that in movies. I have never had the experience of that. But in some movies, I've seen some actors or some characters saying to the others, I hope you're gonna die. I hope you go to hell. That is not trust in something positive. Hoping the uh, damage, the unhappiness, the sickness to others' beings, that is not hope at all. At least as I understand it, is a desire. Will not bring anything positive, neither for the person that desire it, neither for the ones that receive it. Hope it's a very pure thing from your soul, from your what we call in the Renshui the Jingshen. When your heart your true self and your consciousness are aligned towards something that is even bigger than yourself, towards something that is beneficial, positive, and uplifted. When these three elements of our being are unified and direct in that direction, hope appears as one of the most powerful strengths of the universe, one of the most powerful tools of the universe, or qualities. Hope directs us towards a direction or towards a goal that can evolve with time. But the end, the essence of goal is quite the essence of hope can be simplified. We can try to understand what we hope for by looking to our desires. And once we have this true understanding of what we hope for, we might be more effective to direct that hope, to work that hope directly. I have this personal story. When I was younger, I practiced quite a lot martial arts. One, because I did really enjoy martial arts. They just make me to go to this almost trance level that I felt so good when doing it. I love all the aspects of martial arts. But there was something behind that. There were things that the martial arts did represent for me. Things like the discipline, the hard working, the respect, the humility, the sacrifice for others, the brotherhood that exists normally in a good school of martial arts, and other qualities, the honor, the searching for truth, and other aspects that are related with martial arts that I felt that they were not just beneficial for myself but also for the others. Uh, I did practice mostly Chinese martial arts, but also some from Japan and from Thailand. But these martial arts, they have a very deep philosophical aspect behind. Some are connected with Buddhism, some are connected with Taoism, or other kind of spiritual traditions, and they have a very strong spiritual aspect on them too. So everything at that stage of my life, I felt as was one complete package to cultivate life and to help the others. In fact, when I was still on my 12 to 15 years, I had already a fantasy of creating an utopy or a utopic town where martial arts were mandatory. So children grow up with those values, those practice. They learn the martial arts, the values, the respect, the humility, the honor, the love, the care, the trust, self-trust, and trust the others. the awareness, because in martial arts you need to have a lot of awareness and other qualities. I did had that fantasy already. I had that desire, and I was working towards that. I thought that my desire were the martial arts, but my hope was another one. My hope is to use a tool to uplift humanity and uplift myself and help the others. Does this sounds familiar to you? My desires, they were one thing, but my hope was something deeper. And because of that hope was established even uh, by myself without me being completely aware of that, life guided me to the process that then I found the Ranchua that became a much more effective tool to manifest what I hoped from my childhood already. And we can see how many times desires manifest. Sometimes people desire to have things in life that could be a partner, could be a job, could be material possessions, could be a status. But most of people desire those things because they hope for happiness. It's just that they are in the wrong place. They ignore where happiness is. But because that confusion is there, the patterns jump into the place, into the game, and they might start to become very greedy about what they want, or becoming very competitive or negative, or having very strong fixed expectations, etc. All those patterns jump into the game, and they hope for something that the patterns cannot give to them, or at least those patterns. And it's because they are searching for it in the wrong place. If we look around, all the humans hope for happiness, but they don't have awareness of it. They don't even have awareness where to search it. Although humans hope for a better life, but they don't even know what means a better life. All the humans hope for love, but how many humans can even give a clear definition of love? Or how to find it, or how to manifest it, and so on. And in these moments, there is the need to let go what does not take us to the right direction. And here is where resilience also come into place. Having this ability to stay positive and uplift in these moments of challenges. This capacity to adapt to the changes of the world, to let go what is not useful anymore. The true strength is not being rigid. You know, when the dinosaurs were ruling this planet, according to the archaeology findings, the dinosaurs seems to be quite strong physically. They were heavy, they were big, they were have powerful muscles, but they were not able to adapt to the changes. In fact, in terms of size, were the beings that were smaller, they were the ones that were easily adapting to the changes that happen. This is why they survive. Adapting is a characteristic of survival. Being flexible and being able to adapt is a strength. Being rigid and stubborn will just break sooner or later. So we can say that strength is our ability to face a challenge without breaking. And that is a quality of resilience, or this is an aspect of resilience. We hope to be happy. But in order to be happy, we need to remove from our life what does not allow us to be happy. And to do that, we need to break attachments without breaking ourselves. If we identify with our attachments, if we own the objects of our attachments, we will break no matter what. So we need to have that flexibility and that readiness to change when we need to change. Readiness to let go what we need to let go. Imagine those people that are in a place of war and their house is about to get attacked by their enemies, and they don't want to let go anything of the house, so they start to prepare a truck to take everything that they have in the house, and they will not go away. They don't even want to let the walls to remain in the hands of the enemy. What do you think will happen? They will break down. Even if they can pack the house inside of a bag and start to run, that will be a burden they will carry, and will be too heavy and will not be useful. This is how our attachments work. When we want to go towards we hope to reach, we want to be happy, but we don't want to let go the resentment that we have with some person. We want to be happy, but we don't want to see the beauty in the world. We just see things that are ugly, things that are negative. That is not possible. We want to have love, but we don't want to stop to be angry because people don't love us. Oh, that is possible. We hope to have trust in our hearts, but we are suspicious about everyone and everything, and we don't want to let go that, and so on. We need to be flexible and to adapt how we go, because what we truly hope for, the universe is giving it to us. But do our attachments, we don't receive it. Due to our ignorance, we don't receive it. Let's say we receive a life experience, a challenge, where we are we are giving, where the universe is giving us an opportunity to understand a fear, an anger that we might have, a resentment, and is giving us opportunity to become aware of that and to heal it. But when it comes, we decide to stay in that anger or fear. And of course, it's not straightforward because we know that transforming this, it requires some work, some resilience. But if we don't have this direction, we'll not be able to do it. If we just stay on that place. Uh, when I was working a lot in the trust quality, I was making that a priority in my life. Very clear direction. I wanted to have unconditional trust. So the universe gave me an opportunity to become aware of the conditions that did not allow me to experience that trust. What were those conditions? Or real life experiences that create doubts, that creates fear, that creates suspicion, and so on. That has unfulfilled fixed expectations, and so on. So, how could I trust if my expectations were not met, if people could lie to me, if I didn't know what's gonna be next, so my lack of control of life, and so on? How could I trust? Trusting, removing all those conditions. Do I need my expectations to be met to trust? I don't. Do I need people to tell me always the truth to trust? I don't. Do I need to have control over the things and know what's gonna be next to trust? I don't. But until I face those situations, having the clear direction in my life, I could not learn that. I could not learn that I had those attachments, and I need to free myself from them and stay positive with that. Another funny experience that I had was in the early stage of practicing Ren Shui. And I was working in the unification between the consciousness and the body. On the daily activities, I was doing that, not just in formal practice, but I was applying it as much as I could. Uh, I was hoping to apply it 24 hours per day. So one day I was cutting wood with a chainsaw, and the chainsaw had a problem. But at some stage, the chainsaw hit a stick. The chain did not stop when it was supposed to stop. And when it hit that stick, the chainsaw jumped and cut my finger. It was, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me see. So here I have a scar that comes from here. Maybe it's not very clear until here. So hit my finger and cut it. Cut it with a very good cut. And the chainsaw is not like a knife. The cut is not very straight. So it was more like a hole than a cut. And on that moment, because I was practicing that unification, I did not saw that as something negative at all. There was inside of me even some kind of joy, some kind of happiness, because I had a very good opportunity to apply what I learned. In fact, that was my first thought. What a great opportunity to apply what I've learned. So as soon that happened, I went to a very good, deep state, positive state. And you can see the hope, trust on positive, and also the resilience of stay positive under the challenge. And I don't know if that was the cause, but I did not bleed from that. And it was funny because I told to my father I need to go to the hospital. And he looked to my hand and he said, "Well, there is no blood. Why do you go to the hospital?" But then my mother did took me to the hospital, and I got, I think, 7 stitches or something like that. But I had no anesthesia, nothing, no problem. After getting the stitches, I started to do pulling chi to the hand. And I did feel some pain, but I was calm and relaxed and unified, so I was just doing that. And roughly after 1 week, I still need to do some treatments there so that they check if there was no infection, because apart from the cut, there are the oils from the chain and all these things. So they keep checking and changing the cloths around the wound. But roughly after 1 week, it was healed. They were quite impressed how it healed. This attitude of applying this principle of seeing everyone and everything as your teacher in a constant moment, in every moment, will put you in the state of positivity, in a natural state of resilience too. In fact, the challenges only become negative because we see them as negative. Because our ego doesn't want to grow. Our ego wants to have a very nice self perfection figure of itself without doing anything. The ego does not really want to grow, doesn't want to change. Because every time that there is a change, the ego feels that it's not good enough and is quite afraid of that image, the image of not being the almighty perfect being, if that exists. But the negative side of the challenges is see them as negative. This principle of seeing everything and everyone as our teacher is very, very important. And seeing everyone and everything as our teacher is not just the external things, is also our internal world. Our emotions can be a great teacher. Our body can be a great teacher. Our patterns can be a great teacher. And we need to praise the teachers. We need to have a lot of respect and humility to the teachers. In the Chinese martial arts, the teacher uh, he used the word sifu. That means teacher or master, but also means father. Because this image of the teacher is so important that is, how to say, there is a lot of reverence for it, a lot of respect, and a lot of connection and love. It's not just an instrumental teacher, it's someone from your family that guides you. Imagine to have this kind of respect for all the teachers in your life. When you have a very good teacher, someone that you truly respect, you allow them to be tough on you, to challenge you for your own growth. Why don't receive with the same respect the challenges in life like that? understanding that we can use everything for our growth. It's just a matter of our attitude. How do we learn about love? How do we learn about trust, about wisdom, about realization? Is that an intellectual process that you learn from a book? Is not. Is something that you learn by applying in life. It's the same thing that if you believe that your muscles can grow without exercise them just by reading a book. Or listening someone to give a lecture about how to have stronger muscles. Your muscles will not get strong just like that. You need to apply. You need to exercise them. You need to put your body under the certain conditions that you want to train them to be. So it's the same. And you know what is the fascinating thing about the muscles? Is that all the exercise damage the muscles. We're gonna lift some weights. That lifting of those weights will create a damage on your muscles. But when that damage is established, your muscle rebuilds and gets stronger. That is resilience. You want love, you hope for love in life. If you want to grow your love, you will receive challenges that will destroy your love in relative terms. But if you have the hope and the resilience, then you will rebuild your love and make it stronger. You want happiness? Same. You want happiness, so you go to find the perfect job, the perfect family, the perfect physical resources, and you experience some joy, some happiness. You want to make it stronger? Break that happiness. Put it in conditions where it's more difficult to experience happiness. And be happy. With less conditions, with less attachments. The things that are broken in that process, they are not, is not really the love or or the happiness. What is broken are the conditions. But is when those conditions are broken that your happiness and your love can expand and become stronger, unaffected by those conditions. So when you lift some weights to make your muscles grow, there is a damage on the muscles. And let's say you lift 10 kilos, you create damage on the muscles. After that damage, your muscle needs to rest. You need to have proper food, proper diet, to have nutrients to rebuild that muscle. And after 1 week, your muscle will be stronger. And after 3 weeks, that weight will not create damage to you anymore. And after 1 month, you'll be able to lift even more weight. But when you lift more weight, what will happen? Damage again. But if you keep going, you'll get stronger, and that damage will not destroy you. And that weight will not create damage anymore, and you can have more intensity. This can look like um, a metaphor for life, cultivation. Because the more we grow, the bigger the challenges. And you might feel that you are being lost. You might feel that you are not growing so much. Guess what? Those feelings are also an opportunity to grow. Imagine the power that you may reclaim for yourself when you are feeling that you are not growing, and you use that feeling of not growing to grow. See that feeling as something positive and adapt to that feeling and learn from that feeling and grow. If you have hope to grow, that feeling will be a very good opportunity to grow. Or imagine any other kind of feeling. From where those feelings come from. Are they real? They do reflect your life. If you look 10 years ago, are you still the same? Maybe 1 minute ago, you are still the same or relatively the same. 2 or 3 weeks ago, you might have had your ups and downs. 1 year, will be different. 10 years, probably very different. But let's say that even in 10 years, you look back and you are unable to see any grow, and other people around you that are very good specialists and they are very good analyzing the facts, they will also tell you that you have not grown. If your hope is to grow, can you transform that into an opportunity to grow and make it positive? This is one of the most wonderful secrets of the power of hope and resilience. It's wonderful. It's the alchemist. Hope and resilience can transform the most deep darkness, the most deep suffering, ignorance, pain into the most positive treasure. It transforms darkness into light. It transforms suffering into happiness. It transforms hate into love, and so on. How magic is that? How powerful is that? And the quite amazing thing is that hope is in you. You just need to become aware of it. You might be aware of your desires and not being able to see hope. But if you dig behind your desires, you'll start to find hope. So, what do you hope for? Is there anything that can stop you? And if there is something that can stop you, can you use the alchemy of hope and resilience to transform that thing into a tool to help you to reach what you hope for? My experience in life is that with hope in your heart, everything will become a tool. And with resilience, you'll, you will be making a very good use of that tool. Of course, we need to be realistic. Like when I was working in the state of unconditional trust, I needed to be realistic about that. It's not just because I hope to be in the state of unconditional trust that it will just happen like that. And when I was facing the challenges, I was not overcoming them just in one moment, in 1 second. Especially those more difficult challenges. They require resilience. They require determination, willpower, discipline, focus, awareness, hard work. They require all of that. They require time, effort, and so on. They require to apply the tools that I have. They require to not let go the direction, to remain the clear direction in life. Once that is established, the alchemy will happen. And the things that look that can destroy us can make us stronger. Do lies, if someone that you trust a lot lie to you or betrays you, can you make it as a tool to trust even more? Yes, you can. And I tell you this by direct experience. How is that is possible? First, because clear direction. Second, because awareness comes in, and if my trust is attached to the condition of what other people do, is not unconditional trust. So bring that. Bring lies enough to see if I can be resilient enough to trust under a rain of lies or broken expectations. What do you think is a stronger trust or a stronger love? Is trust that manifests only when people do what you expect or people tell you the truth? Or is it trust that remains trust no matter what happens? The same with love, the same with happiness, the same with wisdom, the same with well-being, the same with health, the same with anything that is positive and uplifting in life. And once you remain in that state, in that resonance, what you hope will become a reality. It will become a resonance that is expressed by you and you are absorbed by it. And that resonance, you'll bring it to the world. You'll create a very strong, powerful information. And information that will feed the chi field of the planet and can bring hope to other beings. And it's highly contagious that. There has been already some historical moments in humanity that humanity has gone through a very dark moments, and against all the odds, someone bring hope to the world, and that hope became contagious in a way that gave a heroic strength to a lot of human beings, and all those human beings working together bring a positive, uplifting change to the humanity. I think at this stage it's very important to have that. In the middle of chaos, having a clear direction is the most important thing. In the middle of chaos, having a strong awareness, a strong presence is the way to heal, the way to overcome, the way to create transformation and to use all this energy, all this information to a most powerful opportunity to grow, and to grow not just ourselves but also help the others. And if you make this choice, I can guarantee you that you will have a huge support from the universe. And you'll grow more than ever. Because these laws of the universe are far more powerful than any law of humans. Laws that humans create, we can escape from them. But the laws of the universe, it's another story. Or we go with them, or we go against them. But if we go against them, we will not be successful at all. So, when the energy or when the information is going in one direction, especially this direction of damage and health, sickness, etc., the universe will polarize that, and for the ones that choose to go in the other direction, will grow a lot, and there will be the reason to balance these forces and bring harmony again to life. So, with hope and resilience, I invite you to come in this boat and dig deep in these qualities We're gonna do a process like we do in the courses that I do. This class is just a presentation, an introduction, although it has already some deepness and some important information. But we're gonna go deeper on these qualities and activate them as much as possible in you so that it can help you on your own growth and your own um, trust in the positive and make it happen. Make this change, positive change that benefits yourself and benefits the others to happen with all the tools, with all the strength that we have, with all the knowledge that we have, all the realization and all the wisdom and all the love that we have. Okay, so let's do an integration of the information and finishing this class after that. Adjust yourself to good position with your spine straight. Look straight forward and slowly bring your awareness inward. Close your eyes and relax. 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 Go deep into your heart and connect with trust, openness, love, gratitude, and Ganjing. And with the five shin, open up and connect with all the chi field. Connect all with all the positive, uplifting information. Trust, openness, hope, and resilience are fundamental qualities in your heart. With hope, we have the strength to trust in the positive. Once hope is established, it becomes the bright guiding life in your life. Bright guiding light in your life, giving you direction, strength, and clarity. With hope and resilience, you can play the alchemist and use every challenge as a tool to grow and to bring light for your life and the others. With hope and resilience, embrace all the opportunities that will come in your life with utmost trust and love. Trust that you have the strength and wisdom to learn and grow at every moment through direct experience, realization, and wisdom. Open your arms to the sides, palms facing forward. Embrace all that you feel and positive information and bring it back to your heart. Put your hands in your heart and integrate all this information with trust, openness, love, gratitude, and conjing. Hands to the sides, and when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much, everyone. It was really beautiful to share this moment with you and to connect heart to heart. So, like in all these courses on Tuesdays, you have the Zoom meetings where you can meet the other participants and have a moment to connect and to talk. I will give you some information, some questions or some theme to talk. I will send you also an email with those links. They are always the same from the previous courses, but I will resend it to you. The meetings are at 7 a.m. Portugal time, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. So you have 3 groups or 3 times that you can meet with other participants there. The next class, it will be a class for questions. You can ask me questions about this theme of hope and resilience, or also about other things of life cultivation. But it will be better if you stay on the theme. So you can send me those questions by email, and you put the title on the question on the email, question for the class or something like that, so that I can search and find them easily. If you want, you can also put the questions on the class live on the chat, or so you can put there the questions and I will answer them on the class. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish you lots of growth, and you can start to embrace the power of your hope and resilience and bring it into manifestation in your life. Send you lots of love and see you soon. Bye bye.